Right now, we are in for a wet weekend. Austin has the latest in our morning forecast. Plus, we are listening to the nation's reaction to a judge sentencing former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin and a 22.5-year sentence in prison for the murder of George Floyd.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, June, where are we at, Austin? 26th. There we go. I'm Taylor Lazenby. And Austin, we have been getting lots and lots of rain over the night and into this morning.
That's right. And not for all of us. Really, just a few locations, especially around Crawford County, have just been getting slammed by rainfall within the last few hours. Here in Madison, we are looking at a lot of cloud cover and some lighter showers. But today is an alert day. Our main threat has been heavy rainfall, and that has been what we have had to deal with so far this morning. Isolated severe thunderstorm is a possibility later on today, but it's not the greatest chance. It's really the heavy rainfall that could actually lead to flooding. Now look around Crawford County. They have seen that consistent rainfall here over the last 6 or 7 hours. So taking a closer look here at our high-resolution radar, thankfully, a lot of these showers are starting to lighten up, and hopefully within the next hour or two, we'll end up moving out. Because you take a look at our latest 24-hour precipitation, some spots have even seen around a foot of rain within just the last 24 hours. And 1 inch of rain is usually about 8 to 12 inches of snowfall. So
wow,
that is an incredible amount of rainfall. Flash flooding currently happening right now in Crawford County.
All right, Austin, thank you so much. Well, of course, you can stay up to date on this weekend's weather forecast that Austin is going to be giving you. You can check that out on our free First Warn Weather app. It is available right now in your app store. And we're going to get to some breaking news this morning as a 30-year-old man was killed Saturday morning in a hit-and-run crash. That's on Madison's east side. Now, according to an incident report, police say the person was hit by a car by a road driving in the 800 block of East Washington Avenue. That happened right around 1:20 this morning. Now, police say the car that was hit was likely a maroon or burgundy Chevy Impala, and later they likely will have significant damage to its front end. After hitting the person, police say the car drove off the area and did not stop to help. Now, traffic was closed in that East Washington Avenue at North Patterson Street area for several hours this morning. Police are asking anyone with information to contact Madison Police. And today is the last day to get your COVID test or vaccine at Alliant Energy Center. It's been quite a journey for them. They're closing in a significant way of the times right now. They say this past year they've done more than 425,000 COVID tests, and they've given out more than 85,000 vaccines. They will still have some smaller clinics available throughout the area. Those locations and their hours are on our website. That's at channel3000.com. And we are learning more about the 160 people that are still unaccounted for following the partial collapse of a beachside condo in Florida. Rescue crews pulled 3 bodies from that wreckage overnight, bringing the death toll to 4. But as Laura Podesta explains, they continue to look for survivors.
Heavy cranes and excavators tugged and moved large chunks of the collapsed building before rescue crews with buckets moved in to pick through smaller pieces looking for signs of life. In the building's underground parking garage, teams are tunneling into the wreckage after dogs and microphones picked up banging noises.
So we concentrate in those areas. There could be just steel twisting, it could be debris raining down, but not specifically sounds of tapping or sounds of a human voice.
Residents' belongings still cling to the sides of the exposed 12-story building. It's a risk to rescue workers below, who are also dealing with small fires and rain. Forensic inspectors wonder if something under the beachside building triggered the collapse, specifically salt water that may have corroded the steel anchoring the building to the sandbar. One resident who lived just feet from the collapsed wing says the garage was often flooded.
It was always wet, even when it was dry out, and you kind of wondered, where did that water come from?
Friends and family members of the missing have posted these photos and flowers and candles close to the collapse site. Many are still holding out hope. Near the scene, there were prayers for the missing and for healing. The family of Judy Spiegel says they're prepared to stay here as long as it takes.
We love her so much, and we're going to see her soon.
And heartbreaking news from the family of Stacy Fang. Her 15-year-old son, Jonah, was pulled from the wreckage shortly after the collapse and told rescuers his mom was with him in the condo. Friday, the family confirmed she did not survive. Laura Podesta, CBS News, Surfside, Florida.
The building collapse is also a homicide scene, and Metro-Dade police homicide detectives are leading that investigation. And their first civil suit in the disaster has also been filed. Well, as the rescue operations are continuing, there is some ray of sunshine there, as this video showing a little boy named David is offering and handing out candy to first responders, many of them thanking him for his contribution. Also developing this morning, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office has informed lawyers for the Trump Organization that it could face some criminal charges. That's all according to multiple sources. The charges, which could come as soon as next week, would likely involve allegations of a company effort to avoid paying payroll taxes on compensation it provided to its employees, including its rent-free apartments, cars, and other benefits. Turning our attention back to our local news, Wisconsin employers will continue to try new tactics to recruit talent to help fill out its worker shortage. Quick Trip says it's raising its wages and offering signing bonuses of up to $1,000 in hopes of hiring more people, but it's still not enough. A June survey released by the Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce shows that nearly 9 in 10 Wisconsin businesses are struggling to hire right now. Now, the survey also shows many businesses blame the extra $300 federal unemployment benefits. And a Minnesota judge sentenced former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin to 22.5 years in prison for the murder of George Floyd. Now, those deaths sparked a nationwide protest and a global reckoning on racial justice. As CBS News correspondent Michael George was in Minneapolis with the latest.
Judge Peter Cahill said he was following the law, not public opinion, emotion, or sympathy, as he sentenced Derek Chauvin to 22.5 years behind bars.
This is based on your abuse of a position of trust and authority, and also the particular cruelty shown to George Floyd.
Chauvin's sentence fell short of the 30 years prosecutors had asked for in the killing of George Floyd on May 25th of last year.
9.5 minutes of cruelty to a man who was helpless. I want to give my condolences to the Floyd family.
Moments before he was sentenced, the convicted former officer briefly broke his silence.
There's going to be some other information in the future that would be of interest.
Chauvin did not elaborate. Defense attorney Eric Nelson had asked for probation, and Chauvin's mother made a plea for mercy.
I will not be able to see Derek, talk to him on the phone, or give him a special hug.
What were you thinking?
In their victim impact statements, George Floyd's brothers urged the maximum.
I haven't had a real nice sleep because of the nightmares I constantly have hearing my brother beg and plead for his life over and over again.
Floyd's 7-year-old daughter Gianna spoke by video.
I miss you and I love you.
Outside the courthouse here in Minneapolis, the Reverend Al Sharpton told the gathered crowd the sentence was not a cause for celebration.
Justice would have been George Floyd never have been killed. Justice would have been the maximum.
Good behavior could allow Chauvin to be paroled after serving about 15 years in prison. Michael George, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Well, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Elson said that Chauvin's sentence is one of the longest a former police officer has ever received for an unlawful use of deadly force. Well, our time right now is 8:07. When we come back, why Pride activists say that Pride has since turned into a corporate branded party. Plus, we are taking a live look outside as Austin is tracking those weather alert days. That's just ahead.
First Warn Weather, certified most accurate forecast.
I'm Clint.
I'm Phil, saving you big time money on pasta.
24-ounce cans of Del Monte pasta sauce, just 89 cents. Or 1-pound bags of Allegra pasta, just 69 cents.
I can remember that's cheap, delicious eating.
Sauce for 89, pasta for 69.
Hot prices, pasta for pennies.
Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
So why use Toyota Service Centers?
Well, you wouldn't use just any carpenter, would you?
This thing working?
No. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Right now, for a limited time, get 20% off the purchase and installation of premium cabin air filters. See your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com to learn more. Toyota, let's go places.
It took us years to find the perfect bun for Culver's Pretzel House Pub Burger.
It's got the nice pretzel flavor on the outside, but when you open it up, it's light and airy. Got a nice sweet flavor to it. It literally melts in your mouth.
This bun is perfect for a Pretzel House Pub Burger. Seared fresh beef, tangy mustard bistro sauce, pickled red onions, 2 slices of bacon, served with our signature cheddar cheese sauce.
This bun was made for this burger. This is perfect.
I think it's an awesome burger. Welcome to Delicious.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. Download the Channel 3000 Firstborn app, sponsored by UWHealth Cooperative, and be prepared for anything headed our way. A News 3 Now investigation uncovered hundreds of workplace safety complaints during the pandemic.
Just 12% were followed up with an inspection.
Too many frontline workers were exposed to COVID.
Taking action to get the information you deserve. News 3 Now investigates. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back. Quite a bit to talk about here early this morning. Most of us are seeing a lot of cloud cover and just some of those lighter showers. Other areas not so lucky, especially Crawford County right now. They are currently under a flash flood warning. That goes until 9:30 this morning. So do keep that in mind. Watch what happens here on this Doppler track. For most of us, we saw the showers moving up to the north and moving through. We saw those showers. We were good to go. But out towards Crawford County, that's where they saw heavy downpours for quite some time, hours on end, it seemed like. So taking a closer peek, now we are seeing those showers lighting up, which is very good news. We don't need any more rainfall here in this area. You take a peek at some of our radar estimates that we saw in the last 24 hours. This is showing between around 8 and 11 inches of rainfall. So that is a massive amount of rain just to see in the last 24 hours, and most of which has fallen in the last 6 hours. So an extremely short time frame to see up to around a foot of rain falling in one specific area. So this is causing a particularly dangerous situation. Flash flooding is currently occurring again in Crawford County, especially northern Crawford County. Severe weather outlook also does show a marginal risk for severe weather for today. That's not our main thing that we're watching out for. It was always the flooding for today. That's our main risk. But we are also expecting a potential for a stronger to possibly severe thunderstorm. That could pack a punch with some high winds and some large hail. We can't rule out an isolated tornado as of right now, but it's not the greatest chance currently. Future track is going to show more and more of those showers moving through. Unfortunately, this model showing quite a bit more moisture here out west. Not good news for Crawford County. Crawford County needs to dry things out as much as they can, as fast as possible over these next few hours. But for most of us, though, we are expecting those showers and a possibility of some thunderstorm action to move through. And again, 1 or 2 of those storms could be strong to severe. Those rain chances will drop off a little bit for tomorrow. 50% chance, still a pretty hefty chance right there. And then for next week, we are still going to see more shower and storm chances. Drought monitor shows that we're in the moderate drought phase, but with that heavy rainfall that we have seen, that doesn't really help us out too much. We really need consistent, lighter rainfall over an extended period of time. Temperatures currently looking pretty decent in those lower 70s. Dew points right behind it, so it's a very muggy day outside overall. But then you take a peek here at our 10-day forecast, and we do have plenty of those rain chances for this next work week. Looking to dry things out for the next weekend, which would be great news for the 4th of July. But one more time, if you are in the Crawford County area, please be careful this morning as flash flooding is currently ongoing.
All right, Austin, thank you so much. Well, a 2-week effort is encouraging consumers to buy local as small businesses look to bounce back from the pandemic. From now until the 4th of July, it's Independence Week. The Dane Buy Local is kicking off an event at JNN. It gives and more in Verona. Although the county has invested nearly $30 million into its small businesses pandemic support grant program, they say that they still need support from the community.
On behalf of our small businesses, that for them, the pandemic isn't over. We've made it through the worst, but they still need our help and our support. And the good thing about that is all we have to do in order to give them that support is to think local when we're making purchases.
Now, over 3,000 businesses in Dane County have requested funds from the Small Business Pandemic Support Grant Program. And June is Pride Month. Now some activists say that Pride has since turned into a corporate brand party. FEMA Reedwood shares their concerns.
Take a walk down one of Manhattan's busiest shopping streets and you'll see a lot of companies celebrating and selling Pride. But LGBTQ shoppers we spoke to say it often seems disingenuous.
And I feel like they want to jump on the bandwagon so they can profit out of it, but it's not they're really doing anything for the community in itself.
The merchandising has been dubbed rainbow capitalism.
We're talking about a marginalized community here. And so you have to support the community outside of marketing to the community during Pride Month.
Activist Jay Walker with Reclaim Pride Coalition would like to see big business take a back seat during Pride Month.
They have taken that corporate presence to the nth degree, to the point that it overshadows the members of the community and it overshadows the fact that we are still fighting for our rights.
A recent investigation by the political newsletter Popular Information found at least 25 major corporations that participate in Pride events or sell Pride products give money to lawmakers supporting anti-LGBTQ policies. The advocacy group GLAAD says companies profiting from the queer community should join the movement.
Businesses have to put their money where their mouth is, and that means speaking up against the over 200 anti-LGBTQ bills that have been proposed.
While activists try to find the right balance, NYC Pride organizers say corporations have helped push LGBTQ rights forward.
In the 90s, corporations were the first to actually support domestic partner benefits before any state did.
Now with Pride merch everywhere, activists hope consumers will hold the companies selling it to a higher standard. Femi Redwood, CBS News, New York.
Well, our time right now is 8:16. Coming up, Panera Bread is giving away a bagel to everyone who is vaccinated against the coronavirus. Plus, there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Our Will Loper shares 3 of the best. And this weekend's 3 things to watch. That's coming up next in our trending news on News 3 Now this Saturday morning.
A good night's sleep starts on a new mattress from Steinhoffel's. During Steinhoffel's 4th of July mattress sale, we have all the best brands in stock and on sale, so you can try before you buy. Plus, with Steinhoffel's special 60-month financing and free delivery, buying a new mattress has never been easier. And with Steinhoffel's 120-night sleep guarantee, you can't make a mistake. Only at Steinhoffel's and steinhoffels.com.
With thyroid eye disease, I was always wearing sunglasses to hide my bulging eyes. I wore them just about everywhere. But then, my doctor recommended Tepezza, a prescription medicine for thyroid eye disease, and I didn't have to hide so much.
In a clinical study, more than 8 out of 10 patients taking Tepezza had less eye bulging, and nearly 7 out of 10 saw improvements in double vision. Tepezza is an infused medicine. Patients taking Tepezza may experience infusion reactions. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as high blood pressure, fast heartbeat, shortness of breath, or muscle pain. Before receiving Tepezza, tell your doctor if you have diabetes, inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, or are pregnant or planning to become pregnant. Tepezza may raise your blood sugar even if you do not have diabetes and may worsen IBD such as Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis.
I look more like my old self again. Now I wear sunglasses because I want to.
Ask your doctor if Tepezza is right for you and visit mytepezza.com to see Jeannie's before and after photos.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
They say when you come from a small town like us, you do things your own way. A way that builds a state-of-the-art network. As a local, you know the dead spots, so you fix them. You know the neighbors, so you're good to them. Did you drop these? You know the neighborhood, so you make a difference.
Thanks for the hot spot.
You know the strongest signal comes from starting local and staying loyal, no matter how much you grow. The nationwide network built from your town up. U.S. Cellular.
What a deal! Get top dollar for your trade now at East Madison Toyota during the summer buyback event. Bring us any make, any model, and get top dollar for your trade. If it runs, we've got the funds during the summer buyback event at East Madison Toyota. Plus, we've just received 8 truckloads of inventory with a great selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs at East Madison Toyota off I-90 and 151.
Welcome back. We are dealing with flash flooding in Crawford County. Early this morning, an alert day has been put into effect. Heavy rainfall is our main threat for today. An isolated severe thunderstorm is also a possibility. High winds, large hail, again, a possibility. But the main threat that we are looking at is that heavy rainfall, especially out towards Crawford County. Take a peek at the radar. They have just lined up with these showers and storms over the last 6 to 8 hours or so. Now it looks like those showers are starting to weaken, which is great news. They do not need any additional rainfall. Within the last 24 hours, we have seen upwards of around 8 to 12 inches of rainfall. That would be impressive if it was snow, and now that we are seeing that falling as rain, even most of this falling within the last 6 hours. So that is causing a very dangerous situation. Today, you need to remember, especially in Crawford County, turn around, don't drown if you encounter flooded roadways.
All right, Austin, thank you so much. Well, Wisconsin freshman Jonathan Davis has made the U.S. basketball team under a 19 World Cup team. Now, Davis is one of 12 players who made a spot on that squad. He'll keep training right now in Texas, and then the team will compete in the World Cup. That starts on July 3rd through the 11th in Latvia. Davis isn't the only Wisconsinite on the team. The UW-Milwaukee incoming freshman, his name is Patrick Baldwin. He's also on that squad. And the Justice Department is suing Georgia over the state's voting laws. Now, this move comes after 2 weeks of the Attorney General there has said that the Justice Department would scrutinize a wave of new laws in Republican-controlled states that tighten voting rules. This move also comes as pressure grows on the Biden administration to respond to a wave of GOP-backed laws being pushed in the states this year. And there is clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming right now. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
We have pink hair and purple hair, tattoos, dreadlocks, white girls, black girls. Yes, we play sports. Yes, we play soccer. But we're so much more than that.
Newly streaming on HBO Max is the documentary LFG.
We were ready to show the world real talent, real energy, real competitive drive.
But the story's the same everywhere. Women get paid less to do the same job.
The film tells the story of the U.S. women's soccer team fight for equal pay.
The fight for equal pay has been going on since this team started.
The mindset back then was you should just be grateful, darling, that you have a place to play.
Even though I'm on the USA team, I have to coach just to make ends meet. Childcare is more than my paychecks.
The men's team get more money, more marketing, better fields.
LFG is streaming on HBO Max now.
If we win this World Cup, they would have no choice but to be on our side.
You heard about the cave-in?
Yeah.
I'm putting together a rescue mission.
Newly streaming on Netflix is the film The Ice Road.
I need 300 feet of pipe delivered up there in under 30 hours. Can you make it happen?
Liam Neeson plays a trucker who attempts a rescue after a diamond mine collapses in Canada.
The only way up there is crossing the ice roads. But that leak has been falling for 5 weeks now.
My brother is in that mine.
This is personal. Now I'm angry.
The Ice Road is streaming on Netflix now.
There is a place where truth matters, even if most people don't pay attention to it.
Finally, newly streaming on Disney Plus is the series The Mysterious Benedict Society.
You all possess a quality that is lacking in our society.
A group of orphans are recruited for a secret mission.
We're asking you to go on a mission that can only be accomplished by children. There is a sinister force brainwashing us. And yes, he is my twin brother.
The Mysterious Benedict Society is available to stream on Disney Plus. Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch. And this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
Well, Panera Bread is giving away a bagel to anyone who is vaccinated against coronavirus. Eat today starting July 2nd to the 4th. So if you're vaccinated, you could get up to 3 bagels at participating locations if you go to all 3 on those days. Now, the promotion is in support of the White House's National Month of Action, which aims to get as many as possible vaccinated with at least 1 shot by the 4th of July. Other restaurants have also gone in participation with giveaways to promote COVID vaccinations, including Krispy Kreme and Taco Bell. Well, up next, we are going to keep you updated on the latest numbers from health officials regarding the coronavirus as it spreads across the country and right here in our state. Plus, the testimony helped a judge to decide to hold a convicted killer. We'll have that when we come back.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
You've been taking mental health meds and your mind is finally in a better place. Except now you have uncontrollable body movements called tardive dyskinesia, TD. And it can seem like that's all people see. Some meds for mental health can cause abnormal dopamine signaling in the brain. While how it works is not fully understood, Ingrezza is thought to reduce that signaling.
Ingrezza is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with TD movements in the face and body. People taking Ingrezza can stay on their current dose of most mental health meds. Don't take Ingrezza if you're allergic to any of its ingredients. Ingrezza may cause serious side effects, including sleepiness. Don't drive, operate heavy machinery, or do other dangerous activities until you know how Ingrezza affects you. Other serious side effects include potential heart rhythm problems and abnormal movements.
Shift the focus more on you. Ask your doctor about Ingrezza. It's simple. 1 pill, once daily. Number 1 prescribed for TD. Learn how you could pay as little as $0 at Ingrezza.com.
4 days only. Save an extra $700 on these top appliance brands exclusively at the Grand Appliance Buy More, Save More sale. Get great deals on thousands of in-stock appliances, including this Bosch Ultra Quiet dishwasher for just $5.98, or this 26 cubic foot LG side-by-side refrigerator just $9.98. Visit your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com to save today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you, by you. Pick your color, your wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen, 400 horsepower in an Explorer, or a moonroof? You've got it. And now an additional $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
The great indoors await you at Bob's Discount Furniture. Let your sense of adventure guide you to a stylish and affordable living room for $7.99 or less. Marvel at my Katie or Gracie in 2 colors. Wonder at my Skylar in 2 colors or Venus in 2 colors. Or dial up the adventure with my Calvin 2-piece sectional or sofa love combo in 3 colors. In the great indoors, it's always living room season, and the wildlife doesn't want to eat you. Just belly rubs.
See what's in stock, in-store or online.
Right now, we're going to hear from the DNR board chairs about why he's refusing to give up his seat almost 2 months past the end of his term.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, June 26th. I'm Taylor Lazenby, and let's get straight to it with our weather this morning with meteorologist Austin Kopnitsky. Austin, we're in for a weather alert day.
Yeah, we are. We have an alert day active, and we also have a flash flood warning that is active right now in Crawford County, especially the northern half of Crawford County. They've seen immense amounts of rainfall here over the last just 6 to 8 hours or so. Our Doppler track is showing that a lot of these showers are finally starting to lighten up, but for a solid, again, 6 hours or so, they were seeing heavy downpours, quite a bit of some thunder and lightning as well. No severe storms, but they don't need severe storms to still cause massive issues with flooding. Thankfully, again, most of these are now devolving to just a few light to moderate showers, but in terms of how much rain we've seen so far, between around 8 to 12 inches. And this is our 24-hour precipitation map, but take a look at the 6-hour precipitation map. Almost unchanged compared to what we were just looking at right there. So again, between around 8 and 12 inches of rainfall have fallen just within the last 6 hours or so. That is our main concern here with this alert day today. Heavy rainfall, still a possibility of an isolated severe thunderstorm later on in the afternoon hours. That could bring high winds, large hail, even an isolated tornado, but that risk is a little bit lower than those heavy downpours. Here's a peek at your weekend forecast. Upper 70s and low 80s, a scattered storm for today and tomorrow. Tomorrow brings a little bit less of a chance for those showers and storms, but overall today, especially in Crawford County right now, we need to be weather aware.
All right, Austin, thank you so much. Well, a new study just out finds that nearly all Americans who died of COVID just last month were unvaccinated, according to an Associated Press analyst of available CDC data. More than 18,000 COVID-related deaths were reported in May, and only about 150 of those victims were fully vaccinated. That means less than 1% of all COVID deaths were among vaccinated people. And as the death toll rises, so does the number of people missing right now following the partial collapse of a building in Florida. That death toll is now 4, and almost 160 people are unaccounted for. The search for survivors is happening below and also underground a parking lot. Teams are tunneling into the wreckage after dogs and microphones picked up some banging noises.
So we concentrate in those areas. It could be just steel twisting, it could be debris raining down, but not specifically sounds of tapping or sounds of a human voice.
We know that people can survive for extended period of times under the rubble, so we're going to keep them going until we're told, time's up.
The cause of the collapse is still under investigation. The 40-year-old building was undergoing routine inspection. One study by a Florida International University professor found that the building, constructed on reclaimed wetlands, was slowly sinking for decades. The sinking was measured at a rate of 2 millimeters a year during the 90s. And a woman tearfully told a Rock County court yesterday that her grandmother was the only person who saw the good in Jamie Beggs and that he destroyed her. That testimony helped a judge to decide to hold Beggs on a $100,000 cash bond on Friday afternoon. Now, Beggs faces first-degree intentional homicide for stabbing and strangulation of 97-year-old Kathleen Beggs. The family found her dead in her garage a few miles west of Janesville earlier on June 14th. Now, Beggs was at the home too and told police that he was hearing voices.
We have the transiency, we have the seeing demons, at least what he is saying, and that apparently he thought that he was making someone a saint. That represents a danger to the public that I can't see could be much higher than it is right now.
The defense attorney argued that Beggs has no money, so settling a $100,000 bond was unconstitutional. He is due back in court on June 6th and faces life in prison if he's convicted. And a man has been convicted of shooting and killing his wife almost 3 decades ago. A jury in Columbia County found 73-year-old Mark Wayne Bringe guilty of first-degree murder with a dangerous weapon in connection with the death of Lori Bringe. Lori Bringe was found dead outside her home back in August of 1988. Mark Bringe had argued she killed herself, but prosecutors countered that. He killed her in a fit of jealousy because she was having an affair with a man in Michigan. That sentencing has not yet been scheduled. And more information about the Rockton fire for the cause of that blaze at the Chemtool plant last week. They're saying it's accidental. Fire officials say an insulation replacement project was underway that morning, and an unknown amount of mineral oil began falling and pooling on the floor, igniting that fire. Investigators believe a scissor lift struck a valve or a piece of piping, causing the mineral oil to spill. And board member volunteers for their service are appointed by governors, and they serve roughly about a 6-year terms. Well, Dr. Fred Prehin's term was up on May 1st, but he is still there. That's because of a rarely used state law. Our Naomi Coles talked to him about why.
I'd like to call the June 23rd person.
When Dr. Frederick Crane gabbled in the June meeting of the Natural Resources Board this week, he did it as an expired board member.
The statute's clear.
For years, board members have almost always stepped down once their term is up. The governor appointed his replacement on April 30th. But Prane is citing a little-used law, giving the Senate authority to confirm board members.
I don't react well to threatening emails or name-calling or legalities. I just don't. I'm a respected individual from Wausau, Wisconsin, and I will not bow to political pressure from anybody.
Do you see yourself vacating at all before the state Senate would rule on that?
It depends. Right now, I'd say the answer is no. I'm pretty upset.
Part of it, he wants to control policy.
I have a situation where I'd like to see this wolf hunt go through.
But he's also blaming it on columns and emails from Journal Sentinel Outdoors editor and columnist Paul Smith.
I took a pause in May, and now it's an all-out assassination of my character.
I asked Smith about a mid-April email exchange Prane says in part spurred his decision, shown here. In it, Prane said Smith wanted him gone. Smith responded, if Evers didn't appoint him, then, quote, you can't be gone soon enough. Smith told me in an email, quote, I have been defending the nonpartisan legacy and intent of the Natural Resources Board, while Fred Prane has opted to deviate from the norms, end quote. And, quote, he's trying to claim factual accounts of his actions are character assassination.
This is my choice, and I'll decide when I vacate, or the Senate will confirm as they should be.
According to Smith's analysis, only 2 other NRB board members have done this in 53 years.
Are you concerned that any tension that's right now on the board is going to be counterproductive?
It's always a concern.
You could see that tension at this Wednesday's meeting when board member Marcy West asked to re-examine the rules about how board chairs are elected so that in the future, an expired board member can't also be in control of the board.
It puts everybody in an awkward situation.
Do you deny that this seat is legally held by me?
The point that we're at right now does not just impact you, sir. It impacts all of us.
Well, Senate Republican leaders say he wasn't available to comment on whether the Senate will schedule a confirmation for the governor's appointee. All of this comes with political overtones. Right now, Walker appointees are a majority on that board. Well, coming up, new numbers from the DNR remind us how dangerous boating season can be. Plus, help is on the way for the state's struggling tourism industry. That's all coming up next on News 3 Now this Saturday morning.
Save on the best name brand mattresses with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection in stock now. Your choice, 14-inch firm or plush queen mattress, just $4.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint.
I'm Phil, saving you big-time money on hot sauces.
5-ounce bottle of Cholula, $1.69. For 28-ounce bottle of Sriracha, just $2.99.
Ay, caramba, this is a hot deal.
Cholula, $1.69. Sriracha, $2.99.
Hot prices on hot sauces.
Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
It's Woodmans.
Can you get this? I don't have my wallet.
Oh, really? It's funny how that always happens.
It's funny.
With BMO Harris, you don't need your wallet. You can get money from any BMO ATM using your phone.
Uh-oh, looks like someone can buy their own tacos.
You could also pay them back with Zelle.
So many ways for you to pay.
Awesome.
Order for BMO.
Ooh, tacos, banking. Some things are made to be mobile.
That feeling you get when your phone is your wallet. That's the BMO effect. And right now, open a new BMO Harris account online in just 5 minutes.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
Against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
They say when you come from a small town like us, you do things your own way. That's why US Cellular doesn't have any hidden requirements. So you can get the latest phone with no activation fees, required phone trade-ins, or anything like that. That's all there is to it. Get a Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. The nationwide network built from your town up. US Cellular.
Save now on furniture with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection of inventory available now. Your choice 2-piece sofa and love seater sectional, just $9.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
Want to know what the day's weather will be like where you live? Well, that's easy. Just ask me. Here's how. Record a short video on your phone. State your name, where you're from, and simply say,
I'm Sam from Madison. Hey, Chris, plan my day.
Then send it to me by email, and I'll give you a personal forecast right here on News 3 Now this morning. This is your chance to be on TV. So just send me a video and say,
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris,
plan our day.
Plan your day with Chris, only on News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. Today is an alert day. We are already seeing flash flooding in Crawford County right now, and that is our main concern moving forward for today. Heavy rainfall, a possibility of an isolated severe thunderstorm with high winds, large hail, and an isolated tornado is possible, but not very likely as of right now. Again, we have a better chance to see that heavier rainfall. Take a look now at Crawford County, especially the northern half of Crawford County. That's where we are seeing that flash flood warning right now. Doppler track showed all of those showers and storms for a constant about 6 hours or so, and that dropped quite a bit of rainfall. Thankfully, what we're looking at right now is lighter rain showers. Our radar estimated between around 8 and 12 inches of rainfall. So again, with that flash flooding out in Crawford County, we need to be careful this morning.
All right, Austin, but with all that rain, it's also the busiest time of year right now for boaters in Wisconsin. New numbers from the DNR remind us how dangerous boating season can be. So far, there have already been 13 water-related deaths across the state. Just last year, boating accidents killed 22 people. The #1 contributing factor to boating incidents is moving too fast and usually with alcohol on board. With 2 more months of summer and the 4th of July coming up, authorities are trying to keep everyone safe.
I hope the last tragedy that we've had this past weekend around the state is the last fatality that we have. Unfortunately, I don't think that's probably going to be the case.
The Sheriff's Office encourages all boaters to take a boater safety class. For more information how you can stay safe on the water, you can locate it at danesheriff.com. And help is on the way for the state's struggling tourism industry. Right now, Governor Evers is directing $140 million in federal coronavirus funds to the tourism and entertainment industries. That new grant programs will be invested in industries hit hardest by the pandemic. That includes live event venues, movie theaters, summer camps, minor league sports, and the lodging industry.
So as folks in Wisconsin and around the country begin vacationing and traveling, again, it's especially important now, more than ever, that we support these vital industries so that we don't just recover, but we do better than we were before.
Additional investments will be made in reopening state historical sites and marketing support for Wisconsin tourism industry. Coming up here on News 3, we're going to talk about the study suggests how consumers should remain cautious on their spending. Plus, we are tracking those alert days. Austin has your full forecast. That's coming up next on News 3 Now this Saturday morning. But first, we want to say a happy 3rd birthday for our Look Who's 3 today.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
There's breakfast, there's lunch, there's dinner, and then there are McCafe's bakery sweets, which are whatever you want them to be.
Get a bakery sweet, plus any size hot or iced coffee or soft drink for just $3.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Up here, success depends on the choices you make. But I know I've got this. And when it comes to controlling his type 2 diabetes, my dad's got this too.
With the right choices, you have it in you to control your A1C, and once-weekly Trulicity may help. Most people taking Trulicity reached an A1C under 7%, and it starts lowering blood sugar from the first dose by helping your body release the insulin it's already making. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Show your world what's truly inside. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
At Pick and Save, we go over and above to make sure we have the freshest stuff in our stores. That's why we get secret shoppers to do pop inspections.
Secret Asian man, secret Asian man.
We make sure Pick and Save produce isn't just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back. We have a lot to talk about here this morning with the expected rainfall. A lot of us have already seen at least some rainfall, and some have seen way too much rainfall. That's going to be Crawford County, especially the northern half of Crawford County. They're currently under a flash flood warning as of right now. Our radar estimated about 8 to 12 inches of rainfall just within the last 6 hours. So a ton of rain, unfortunately, falling on just one area. This is where we're highlighting right now because watch. Once we saw those storms developing, they just kept moving through Crawford County while the rest of us saw those showers just moving from south to north, and it was just a brief shower or weaker thunderstorm. So again, where we saw those consistent showers and storms, now we're starting to see that finally lighting up. So that's great news. We need to stay dry here for as much as we can here for the rest of the day in Crawford County, especially because you look at the 24-hour precipitation, 8 to even 12 inches of rainfall. And then you bring this down here to just the last 6 hours, and this has not changed. We are still seeing about 8 to 12 inches of rainfall just cram-packed within the last 6 hours. So again, that has led to the flash flood warning that we are seeing. And you can also see here later on in the afternoon and evening hours, we have a marginal risk for severe weather. Another thing that we're going to watch out for here later on today, there is that potential to see a heavier downpour, of course, but also not only that, high winds and large hail also a possibility. That's not our main threat for today, however, as the heavy rainfall, that's what we've already seen, and that's what we could still see here a little bit later on in the day. Future tracks showing, unfortunately, more moisture, especially out west. Hopefully, we can keep Crawford County dry as long as we possibly can, but more scattered showers and thunderstorms for a lot of us as well, as temperatures do jump to the upper 70s and the lower 80s. But these showers and storms, again, could become strong to severe, especially towards these evening hours a little bit later on. Now, our rain chances will drop off for tomorrow. We're still looking at a good 50% chance of those showers and storms. Starting on Monday, that falls back to about 40%, and then it drops a little bit afterwards. But we're still in need of these rain showers. Drought monitor still shows that moderate drought phase. We just don't need all the rain in one spot. Now, our temperatures are looking pretty decent right now, but then you look at the actual dew points in the upper 60s and low 70s. It's very muggy outside yet again here for today. But then your 10-day forecast does show plentiful rain chances all the way through Thursday, starting to dry things up by this next weekend, and that would be great news here for the 4th of July. But just another reminder, if you're in Crawford County, please be weather aware, especially this morning with the flash flooding currently going on.
All right, Austin, great information. Thank you so much. Well, consumers remain cautious of spending and call for all pizza pros to find their best hometown slice. Diane King Hall has those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
Consumers loosened their wallets slightly in May as Americans began venturing outside again. According to the Commerce Department, personal spending rose less than 0.1% last month. That was weaker than expected, but it may have been because incomes took a hit. The government says household incomes fell 2% in May. Back to the office, no matter your vaccine status. According to the New York Post, JPMorgan Chase is calling employees back to work by July 6th, even if they aren't vaccinated. The bank will require staff to fill out a form about their vaccination status, but employees have the right to decline answering it. It will soon be easier to visit Hawaii if you have a COVID-19 shot. Beginning in 2 weeks, the state is dropping quarantine and testing requirements for domestic travelers who are fully vaccinated. Tourists will need to show their vaccine card and upload it to Hawaii's Safe Travels website. And the app Slice is looking for 50 pizza fans to find the best slice in their state. The title, Resident Head of Pizza, will get paid $13,000 to indulge in the cheesy stuff for an entire year, plus another $500 to cover travel costs. Those chosen to be head of pizza in their state will need to document their findings and highlight the top spots along the way. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
We'll stick with News 3 now all weekend long. Amanda will have today's top stories later on tonight at 6 and at 10. But first, the computer science program at UW is booming right now. Why it's become the most popular department on campus.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Do you make junk disappear?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Now.
Take that! And that!
Ooh, take it all!
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild. He just won the game. Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
4 days only. Shop the Buy More, Save More sale at Grand Appliance for unbeatable prices. Thousands of in-stock appliance options and up to $700 in additional savings available exclusively at Grand. Get great deals like this Amana top-load washer for just $4.98. Or this Frigidaire 4-piece stainless steel package, just $19.92. Visit your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com to save today. Grand Appliance, the appliance expert since 1930.
When you're sick, so sick that your heart hurts.
And your mind races.
When you think that you might have cancer, and then they tell you,
You have cancer.
And you just want somebody to say,
it's going to be okay.
UWHealth. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
So if we're going to spend a third of our
our lives sleeping, shouldn't we try to get the best sleep possible? That's why Denver Mattress is all about that sleep life. And during the Star Spangled July 4th sale, save big on the Doctor's Choice Firm, now just $617.49. Check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm for only $284.99. Or save up to $500 on Tempur Breeze mattresses and get a $300 gift. Plus 7 years no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
This is a Wisconsin Brewmaster. He brews the local craft beer, the beer that washes down the Oktoberfest broth, the broth that pairs with the potato salad that befriends the burger that tastes like victory. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Do you make junk disappear?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Now.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9 on News 3 Now.
The most popular major brand at UW-Madison is on that's growing exponentially. It's in the past decade. Back then, only 200 students were majoring in computer science, but now there's more than 2,000. Our Amanda Quintana shows us why this department is growing so fast.
I was a film major for a while.
UW-Madison grad Jerry Yu says he made a judgment call to go with computer science instead.
There's the realistic aspect of it, career aspects.
He, like many other students, knew finding a job in the growing tech industry would be promising.
Also, I just find it to be a very interesting field.
It's those same reasons why computer science is the most popular major on campus, with almost 50% more students than the second largest.
I used to teach a class which I called a big class, which would have 60 or 70 students in it. Now this fall, I'm slated to teach a course that'll probably have 350 people in it.
Department Chair Ramsey Arpachi-Dussault says unlike other computer science programs across the country, where it's really competitive, if you want to major in it at UW, you can.
A lot of students come here, like from the Bay Area or from Washington, because they can't get into the program that they want in their state school.
Arpachi-Dussault says years ago, graduates only went into the computer industry, working for Microsoft or Google. But now the degree can really translate to any company, essentially a golden ticket to a job right out of college.
Our students go work at banks, they work in kind of financial tech, they work in the insurance industry, really almost, some people even go into agriculture.
He says this is just the beginning of a big jump in students turning to the tech field with the new data science major and new school at UW, trying to think ahead about what skills students will need 10 or 20 years from now.
100 years ago, if you're going to study anything, you'd also study math. I think students are realizing now, when I want to study anything, I should also know enough computer science.
As for you, he's now a software engineer in San Diego, knowing he's earned a front seat to see what tech does next.
I suppose in this industry you would be right there on the cutting edge of technology.
Amanda Quintana, News 3 Now.
Well, a lot of the computer science students end up staying right here in Madison. Epic hires many of them, but big companies like Google and SansDeck also created offices right here in Madison because they know the talent is right here. Well, Wisconsin is known for its cheese, but right now, putting one Wisconsin dairy company is in the world record books.
No one's ever challenged us.
This dairy farm has the world record holder of the world's largest string cheese for the past 26 years. And yesterday they were joined by some of the, help me out, Austin.
Wega? Is that right?
We're going to go with that.
Something like that.
About 7 feet apart, and it helps stretch the cheese down its main street.
I've never seen this before, and I wanted my piece of string cheese.
So when we first started dating, came up here, we held the cheese then, got in the Guinness Book of World Records, now we're doing it again.
UWHealth 3 blocks down and doubled back. Austin, stop. They broke a record for nearly 3 miles long for that piece of string cheese. They're going to have to help me out pronouncing the name. I apologize.
I think it's UWHealth?
UWHealth.
Is that right? Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, pretty
But
close.
that's pretty cool.
It is.
I wonder if everyone gets to keep like a foot long and, you know, that's great for like snacks, the mom and me.
Right. At least it wasn't 90 degrees outside. So that definitely helped things out. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, we need rain, but not as much as what we're seeing in Crawford County right now. They are still under that flash flood warning until 9:30 a.m. here for today. Here's a look at that latest Doppler track radar.